तेरे बिना जिंदगी से कोई शिकवा तो नहीं, शिकवा नहीं, शिकवा नहीं, शिकवा नहीं। तेरे बिना जिंदगी तो नहीं, जिंदगी नहीं, जिंदगी नहीं, जिंदगी नहीं। तेरे बिना जिंदगी से शिकवा तो काश ऐसा हो तेरे कदमों से चल के मंजिल चले, और कहीं दूर कहीं। काश ऐसा हो तेरे कदमों से चल के मंजिल चले, और कहीं दूर कहीं। तुम अगर साथ हो मंजिलों की कभी तो नहीं, तेरे बिना जिंदगी से कोई शिकवा तो नहीं, शिकवा नहीं, शिकवा नहीं, शिकवा नहीं। तेरे दामन में सर झुकाते हम रोते रहे, रोते रहे। जी में आता है तेरे दामन में सर झुकाते हम रोते रहे, रोते रहे। तेरी आँखों में आंसुओं की नदी तो नहीं, तेरे बिना जिंदगी से कोई शिकवा तो नहीं, शिकवा नहीं, शिकवा नहीं, शिकवा नहीं। तेरे बिना जिंदगी लेकिन जिंदगी को नहीं, जिंदगी नहीं, जिंदगी नहीं, जिंदगी। जो कह दो तो आज की रात चाँद डूबेगा नहीं, रात को रोक लो। तुम जो कह दो तो आज की रात चाँद डूबेगा नहीं, रात को रोक लो। रात की बात है और जिंदगी बाकी तो नहीं, तेरे बिना जिंदगी से कोई शिकवा तो नहीं, शिकवा नहीं, शिकवा नहीं, शिकवा नहीं। तेरे बिना
Hello. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining the 9th annual Sapna Festival of Dreams. Of course, we're doing this again on Zoom. So for those of you that have been to the last two, which we did digitally, this shouldn't be a surprise, although, you should know the drill by now, but thank you so much for joining. Before we get started, I just want to take a quick poll. Where are we joining from? Feel free to use that chat box, which we're going to be using a few times tonight over the course of the next hour. Just let me know where you're dialing in from. I'm coming at you from New York. I'm in Queens. I'm actually visiting my parents. I live in Los Angeles. Okay, we got some New York. For those of you in New York, you're welcome. It is raining out there, so giving you something to do on a Thursday night for a good cause. Some Queens in the building. Oh, wow, on a train. See, this is why I love doing this virtually, because you can really dial in from anywhere and no one's got to know. Long Island, shout out Long Island. Awesome. So a lot of good New York representation. Maybe we'll see like an Idaho in there at some point. And if you are dialing in from Idaho, please feel free to tell us. You don't need to be intimidated by these New Yorkers. They're all nice people. But thank you so much for joining. My name is Anish Mitra. I am a member of the Sapna board, and I've been a member since, I think, 2017 at this point. I love this organization. I'm sure all of you have a story for how you got involved or how you heard about the organization. But for those of you who may be new or have not joined an event recently, Sapna New York City serves low-income South Asian immigrant women in New York City with all diverse backgrounds ranging from religion to beliefs, income, education, age. Truly is an organization that not only does a ton, but over the last 2 or 3 years throughout the pandemic has been instrumental for the women who we serve within New York City. And I'm really, really excited for tonight because we have an absolutely jam-packed hour, and we will stick to the hour. We always have. Who knows? We might even give you some time back. We're going to talk a little bit about what the organization has been focusing on this year. If you look in the chat throughout the evening, you'll see various different pieces of information, but most notably, donations to links to donate and information about donations. 100% of your donations this evening will go towards mental health support and domestic violence help. So, and you'll hear, and not only hear, but also see more about, exactly what we're doing with regards to those things in the community. I also do want to highlight, we have 2 amazing performances as well that we're going to be going through tonight. It would not be a South Asian charity event without some song and dance. It would simply just be a Zoom catch up. So we're super, super excited. I'm telling you, I create content for a living. This content is streaming service quality. Okay. I would not be surprised if this stuff ended up on Netflix. And tonight there's going to be no ads. So I'm super excited for that tonight. And we're also going to hear a lot more from the organization. So let's get tonight started. All of you have been waiting very patiently. And throughout the course of the evening, please use the chat box. Let us know how you're feeling, what you're doing. And let's get it on. So with that being said, I'd like to introduce Tanya Khan, who is the board co-chair, and she's going to give us some comments.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Anish, and welcome to everybody. On behalf of the board of Sapna NYC, we are so excited to be here tonight and just wanted to thank everyone for supporting the Festival of Dreams and for your continued support of Sapna. I wanted to take a moment to give a very special thanks to our sponsors, Evershed Sutherland, India Home Center for Senior Care, Kelly Dry and Warren, Everest Group, the Mawara family, Arun Agrawal, Shaikat Sen, Stephen Makinen, and Sarah Yousafzai in loving memory of Michelle Makinen. I'd also like to take the opportunity to recognize our Executive Director, Dia Basu Sen, our Deputy Director, Noreen Islam, and the entire staff of Sapna for all the amazing work they do day in and day out. This year, all proceeds from tonight's event will go to Sapna's mental health initiative, Mukti. Mukti means freedom in Bangla and really speaks to how important mental health is to women's empowerment and the core of Sapna's mission. With your generous contributions, we are able to provide vital services to our community members. So again, a huge, huge thank you. Now we'd actually like to share a short video produced by Metro Plus Health to show you a little bit more about Sapna's mental health work. Thank you.
Sapna NYC serves South Asian immigrant women and families. Largely, the community we serve is Muslim, and they're mostly immigrants. So really, a lot of the trauma in our community started with anti-Muslim hate crimes, and then we had the pandemic, then we saw more spikes in anti-Asian hate. So I think it's been a really traumatic, many years now for our community. We started a big mental health initiative last year in 2021. On one point, it is creating direct services that normally our community isn't able to access because of language and cultural. And then on the other end, it's doing community education, having community conversations, and just working to reduce the stigma. We were able to hire last year for the first time a counselor who speaks Bengali and Hindi. She's able to do not just clinical counseling sessions, but also to create non-clinical mental health services that are kind of rooted in our cultures and traditions. It's really hard.
Thank you for that. So with that being said, I'd like to kick things off with our first performance of the evening. DMJ Avaz is a Malayali-American composer and songwriter. She was born in Saudi Arabia, but based in New York City, and she effortlessly weaves together pentatonic riffs and runs, fusing pop, folk, and harmonic singing. And most importantly, this is a custom performance that was made and produced just for you. So please, get some exclamation points in the chat going. We're going to use the shift key tonight. I'm not going to start until we, let's get some exclamation points in there. Let's get some verbal noise going in the chat. If we can here, I'll even start it off, in case we need a template. Super excited for this. Please give it up for DMJ Avaz.
My name is Divya, professionally known as DMJ Avaz, and I am honored, thrilled, and very privileged to be performing for you all today, the 9th annual of Sapna NYC Festival of Dreams. As an organization that supports domestic violence and mental health South Asian immigrant women, it makes me very happy that I get to be aligned in such a just cause. So I'm going to be playing a few songs for you today. The first song that I'm going to be singing for all of you is called Oru Mure Vandu Partaya. It's from a very well-known, well-established film in the language of Malayalam, Manichitrathazhu. And the storyline kind of goes like this. It's revolved around a South Asian woman suffering from a type of mental illness where she's unable to differentiate her reality from the one of the dancer. And the lyrics, Oru Mure Vandu Partaya, could you not see me at least once? Yen manam niyarindaya, don't you know what's in my mind? Tirumahar tunbam tirtaya, could you not drive away my sufferings? Anbudan kayanetaya, could you not just embrace me with affection? Unpeyar nitamiga, I'm just sitting here. Anbe, anbe, just chanting your name, my love. Nada, my Lord. Unpeyar nitamiga, odiyamange angel. Though your mind knew my mind, how is it that you have not come to see me just once? So I'm going to sing this to you in a classical fashion. There are two classical systems of music in India, Hindustani and Carnatic, and I've been trained in Carnatic for the past 20 years. Okay, here goes. Oru Mure Vandu Parayo, Oru Mure Vandu Partaya, Yen manam niyarindaya, Tirumahal tunbam tirtaya,
பெயர் நித்தமிங்க அன்பே அன்பே நாதா உன் பெயர் நித்தமிங்க ஓதியமங்க என்று உன் பெயர் நித்தமிங்க ஓதியமங்க என்று உன் பெயர் நித்தமிங்க ஓதியமங்க என்று உனது மனம் உணர்ந்திருந்தும் எனது மனம் உன்னை தேட ஒரு முறை வந்து பார்த்தாயா நீ ஒரு முறை வந்து பார்த்தாயா உனது உள்ளத்தில் உதய நிலவினவை உலவிடும் பெண்ணும் கூத்தாடு அருப வெள்ளத்தில் புதிய மலரினவை மடல் விடும் கண்ணும் கூத்தாடு நீண்ட நாட்களாய் நான் கொண்ட தாபம் காதல் நோயாக விளங்கிடவே கால காலமா நான் செய்த யாகம் கோபத்தீயாக வளர்ந்திடவே எழுந்தே இடை வரும் தடைகளும் உணைந்திடவே தேசம் பாசும் நீங்கிடாமல் உனைகென நீண்ட காலம் நெஞ்சம் ஒன்று துடிக்கையில் ஒரு முறை வந்து பார்த்தாயா நீ ஒரு முறை வந்து பார்த்தாயா உனது உள்ளத்தில் உதய நிலவினவை உளவிடும் பெண்ணும் கூத்தாடு அருவு வெள்ளத்தில் புதிய மலரினவை மடல் விடும் கண்ணும் கூத்தாடு நீண்ட நாட்களாய் நான் கொண்ட தாபம் காதல் நோயாக விளங்கிடவே கால காலமாய் நான் செய்த யாகம் கோபத்தீயாக வளர்ந்திடவே எழுந்தே இடை வரும் தடைகளும் உடைந்திடவே மேசம் பாசும் நீங்கிடாமல் உன்னைக்கென நீண்ட காலம் நெஞ்சம் ஒன்று துடியில் ஒரு முறை வந்து பார்த்தாயா நீ ஒரு முறை வந்து பார்த்தாயா The next song I'm going to sing is a Hindi song from the movie Arman. मेरे दिल का तुमसे कहना बस मेरे ही रहना नहीं तो समझे मेरे दिल का तुमसे कहना बस मेरे ही रहना नहीं तो समझे बन के रहे हम यहाँ जो दिस मोर एक जा समझो जो कहती है मेरे दिल का तुमसे कहना बस मेरे ही रहना नहीं तो समझे मेरे दिल का तुमसे ये कहना बस मेरे ही रहना नहीं तो समझे मैं तो यही बस चाहूं कि मुझको चाहो घड़ी तुम कितनी मैं हंसी हूँ मुझे समझाओ घड़ी तुम हाँ दिल में समाओ मुझे पास बुलाओ मुझे देख ही जाओ मुझे समझो जो कहती मेरे दिल का तुमसे कहना बस मेरे ही रहना नहीं तो समझे क्यों रहे दूरियां समझो जो है भी मेरे दिल का तुमसे कहना बस मेरे ही रहना नहीं तो समझे मेरे दिल का तुमसे कहना बस मेरे ही रहना नहीं तो समझे अपनी हो ये दास्तां बन के रहे हम यहाँ जो दिस मोर एक जा समझो मेरे दिल का तुमसे मेरे दिल का तुमसे मेरे दिल का तुमसे ये कहना समझे 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 समझे
Thank you so much for joining me.
Wow. Wow. Unreal. Please. Thank you so much, DMJ Avaz. Please, I want to see the chat. I mean, it's already, wow, a lot of good comments. Obviously, let us know how you feel. That was unbelievable. Look, I think I think everyone can agree on this one. Anyone who knows how to play the harp and beautifully at that is just not a human being. Okay, that was unbelievable. Thank you so much, DMJ Avaz, and keep your eyes peeled on the chat. We're going to have all of the information, Instagram, YouTube, wherever you can find all of the great performers that we have tonight. So you can continue to support them and follow them in their respective journeys. Like I said earlier, we are going to talk obviously about the work that, Sapna has been doing this year specifically and what we look forward to doing for the rest of this year and next year. So I would like to introduce the executive director of the organization, Ms. Dia Basu Sen.
Thank you, Anish. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you for choosing to spend your evening with Sapna NYC to honor the incredible women in our community. It's hard to imagine that it's already been a year since the last time we shared space to celebrate community, both the community that Sapna serves and the community we've all built here together over the years. Nonprofit years feel a little bit like dog years. So much has happened in these 12 months, it feels more like 7 years. We were excited to restart classes in person. We began completely new programs. We created new curricula. We built incredible partnerships with elected officials, community organizations, and leaders. We had so many events. We grew our team. None of that would have been possible without all of you, without our community of support. We are beyond grateful to all of you, our funders, donors, partners, and volunteers. Your support has lifted us up as we try to meet the mountain of need in our city and has helped us celebrate moments of both triumph and success. I'd like to also take a moment to acknowledge and thank our staff who are at the heart of everything that Sapna is and does. The work isn't easy, but they always lead with such patience, empathy, and love. Sapna was born out of a mental health project with the National Institutes of Health, so it's fitting that almost 15 years later, we're here talking about our mental health initiative, Mukti. As immigrants, we're conditioned to accept hardship, to normalize huge sacrifice, to defer our dreams, to ignore self-care. As women, we're so used to holding everyone else that we never ask how we can possibly be a source of unending strength without taking care of ourselves first. Talking about mental health struggles is at worst a sign of weakness and failure, and at best a luxury our community can't afford. With Mukti, we're changing that. We're shifting our culture one conversation at a time, and for the first time, providing truly accessible mental health services for our community. We always hear women saying that they're doing this for their husband, for their children, something for someone else. The list goes on. But what we so rarely hear is, I need or want to do this purely for myself. We're reminding women that you can't pour from an empty cup, and that our mental health is deeply intertwined with our physical health, shaping how we move and exist in this world. At Sapna, our vision for what mental health services can look like is expansive. It is building a community of support that can help bear struggles and share joy, that lives even beyond our doors. It's women's circles, domestic violence survivor and special needs support circles. It's case management, it's wellness calls and community safety trainings. It's the counseling sessions, but it's also the moments in between with staff and community members sharing stories. It's giving back our community moments of joy like we did recently, sitting around a table together, painting and having samosas and cha. One of our newest community members shared that being in that space, she found herself smiling and laughing again for the first time in a long time. Our community-based organizations are the only places where this type of mental health work is possible, where services are grounded in culture and tradition, imagined specifically centering our women, our immigrant communities, our communities of color. We need to think beyond traditional medical settings and clinicians when we envision mental health services. Almost every week we get referrals from Jacobi, Elmhurst, Montefiore, Bellevue, Children's Services, because they are unable to provide the care that our women need. We all know these places are not financially, linguistically, or culturally accessible to our community. We need to consider the spaces that allow our women to feel enough comfort that they will share long-held secrets and burdens. One woman told us, Sapna is like a safe second home for me. I know I can share anything here that I can't at home. At Sapna, with the help of our staff, funders, and partners, we've created a space that allows women to step beyond what they're used to, and for many to access mental health services for the first time. Thank you to all of you for supporting our Mukti initiative tonight, so we can grow and evolve this crucial mental health work. We truly believe that through this work, we can change how we all think about mental health and ensure that as a community, we are not just looking after and healing our bodies, but also our minds. Thank you again for joining us this evening, for your support today and always. And I hope to see you all in person next year to celebrate 15 years of Sapna. Before we get back to our incredible performers, I'd like to share a short video on our Mukti mental health initiative.
Thank you so much. And I know those donation links, they're the same exact ones as the ones in the chat. So don't worry, we didn't cut you short. Thank you so much for that beautiful video. I think, many of you may already know this, but Sapna or Shapna means dream. But for the women in our community, and as you saw in the video, this organization makes life in America a reality. So I hope you know that anything that you donate or contribute is really being put on the ground and is having a real effect. How are we feeling? We have about 20 minutes left. We are zipping through as promised, but this has been very soothing. I remember last year, for those of you that joined, if you remember the vibe and the performances, it was very much almost like being at an outdoor concert. It was very clubby, but I don't know. I feel less stressed already. The sounds have been very, very soothing, and we're going to keep that vibe going. We have one more amazing performance for you tonight. Zarrin Maisha is a Bangladeshi-American singer and dancer from New York City, and she's been involved in the performing arts since the age of 4. And, we're not just going to put a 5-year-old on the screen. She's a full-grown adult, and she began her career as a student at the Bangladeshi Institute of Performing Arts, and she's currently employed as a dancer under the Creatives Rebuild New York Artist Employment Program. So, and this is also a custom one-of-one performance. I've had the luxury of seeing it, and I'm really, really excited for you guys to see it. So please give it up for Zarrin Maisha.
Dance and music is magic. They express the inexpressible and bring out the deep-rooted Latin realizations on the surface. When life becomes unbearable, when I feel very small and my problems feel way too big for me to control, the words of this song ring in my ear. Amar হাতে বান্ধিবি পা বান্ধিবি মন বান্ধিবি কেমনে আমার চোখ বান্ধিবি মুখ বান্ধিবি পরাণ বান্ধিবি কেমনে, which literally translate to, you can shackle my hands, you can tie my feet, but how are you going to stop my soul? How will you stop me from reaching towards my dream, from achieving what I want? No matter how many restrictions and shackles we face, our hearts and souls will always remain free.
আমার হাত বান্ধিবি পা বান্ধিবি মন বান্ধিবি কেমনে আমার চোখ বান্ধিবি মুখ বান্ধিবি পরাণ বান্ধিবি কেমনে আমার হাত বান্ধিবি পা বান্ধিবি মন বান্ধিবি কেমনে আমার চোখ বান্ধিবি মুখ বান্ধিবি পরাণ বান্ধিবি কেমনে আমি না গেলাম যমুনার ঘাটে না তুলিলাম জল না হেরিলাম তারে সখী না হইলাম চঞ্চল আমি না গেলাম যমুনার ঘাটে না তুলিলাম জল না হেরিলাম তারে সখী না হইলাম চঞ্চল আমার ইচ্ছা বান্ধিবি সোহাগ ঘর বান্ধিবি পথ বান্ধিবি কপাল বান্ধিবি কেমনে আমার ঘর বান্ধিবি পথ বান্ধিবি কপাল বান্ধিবি কেমনে আমার হাত বান্ধিবি পা বান্ধিবি মন বান্ধিবি কেমনে আমার চোখ বান্ধিবি মুখ বান্ধিবি পরাণ বান্ধিবি কেমনে আমার চোখ বান্ধিবি মুখ বান্ধিবি পরাণ বান্ধিবি কেমনে আমার চোখ বান্ধিবি মুখ বান্ধিবি পরাণ বান্ধিবি
In our society today, a girl is told what to dream of. From a very early age, she is prescribed what to look for in life. It is precisely told to her that she must look pretty and try to get a wealthy, good-looking husband. If she does this correctly, her life will be set. She will be taken care of, she will have babies, a nice house, a car, and a decent, well-paying job. She'll be able to travel abroad, and the list goes on and on. So this is what we are told as growing up as a girl. What happens is that a girl never finds out what she really wants from in life. Boys are burdened with responsibilities from a very early age, and girls are told what to dream of. In this Festival of Dreams event presented by Sapna, I present to you my last piece titled Sapna, Dreams.
বিশ্বাসী মন ধরবে আমার হাত, ঘর সাজাবে, গান শোনাবে, ভোর করে দেবে রাত। একটা কোনো বিশ্বাসী মন ধরবে আমার হাত, ঘর সাজাবে, গান শোনাবে, ভোর করে দেবে রাত। কোলে আমার ঘুমন্ত এক সুস্থ শিশুর মুখ, কোলে আমার ঘুমন্ত এক সুস্থ শিশুর মুখ। বন্ধু আমার ওইটুকুতে ভরবে না যে বুক, হৃদয়ে যার দরিদ্রতার অভাবটুকুই আপন। আমি সচ্ছলতায় এঁকেছি দু চোখে সচ্ছলতার স্বপন। ছোট্ট যাদের হৃদয় তারা অল্প পেলে খুশি, ছোট্ট যাদের হৃদয় তারা অল্প পেলে খুশি। আমার হৃদয় সবার জন্যে সব চাই বেশি বেশি। পারছি না তো দিতে, পারবো না তো না দেবারে লজ্জা মেনে নিতে। আমারও ঠিক তোমার মতোই জীবনে জোড়া দৈন্য, আমারও ঠিক তোমার মতোই জীবনে জোড়া দৈন্য। কিন্তু আমার চাওয়ার বেলায় নেই কিছু কার্পণ্য। सुनो
আমাকে তোমরা উড়তে বলেছো বারবার, বলেছো সমস্ত সীমা পার করে এগিয়ে যেতে, বলেছো ঢেউয়ের মতো বাতাসের মতো অবাধ হতে। অথচ কবে থেকেই আমি স্বাধীন, কেবল তোমাদেরই চোখে পড়েনি। বলেছো যেমন ইচ্ছে স্বপ্ন দেখতে, কিন্তু এক টুকরো ঘুম উপহার দিয়েছো কি? বলেছো ডানা মেলতে যেদিকে খুশি, কিন্তু ভাগ দাওনি আকাশের। বলেছ 10 দিগন্ত সপ্ত সিন্ধু পেরিয়ে যেতে, কিন্তু পায়ে কাঁটা ফুটলে এগিয়ে আসনি। বলেছ, কেবল বলেইছ, হাত বাড়াওনি কখনো। আর যখন এসব তুচ্ছ করে ছুঁয়েছি শিখর, পেয়েছি নতুন পালক, যখন মুঠোয় ভরেছি মেঘ আর জিতে নিয়েছি জীবনের বাজি, তুমি কি সত্যি খুশি হতে পেরেছ মন থেকে? আমি নারী, অর্ধেক আকাশ, সবটুকু পারি, পেরে যাব। শুধু বলো, তোমরা কি সঙ্গী হবে এই সফরের?
Thank you all. I hope you enjoyed my performances. I am so honored tonight to be able to perform in front of you all. Sapna is doing incredible work, and a big salute to every single person behind these works. We are all here tonight to support Sapna through the Festival of Dreams, and if you have the abilities, please make sure to do so.
Good evening, everyone. I am Sarah Yousafzai. I'm here in New York City in Harlem. Obviously, that is not my real background, actually, but it is from South Asia, so I thought everyone can pretend you're in the tropics. Look, I just want to take a few minutes to reflect and thank all of you for being here with us tonight. For starters, give it up for these impassioned, talented performers, DMJ, Avaz, and Zarrin Maisha. I was so moved by these performances, and I love seeing Desi people, Desi women, young Desi women really show their talent and their passion and pursue crafts that, others may not be able to pursue. And it really makes us all proud. And we're really glad to have the support of these talented people to help us, spread the word of Sapna. So thank you to these lovely performers. And, Thea mentioned earlier that mental health is something that, in fact, is rooted in Sapna's founding. And every year we're evolving and we're finding new ways to serve the communities who have learned about us and have learned to trust us. And we take that trust very seriously. The last 3 years have been incredibly difficult, really, for everyone around the world. And for these immigrant communities that we serve, accessing care, not just healthcare, mental health care, culturally competent mental health care can be a struggle. And if we at Sapna can find just one way to help them, pursue this path when they need help, we're proud and honored to do it. And every bit of contribution from you or your family or your friends, your networks tonight will go towards Mukti, this mental health initiative. And we want to thank all of you for joining us and being such a great supporter, and including our sponsors, some of whom were called out earlier. I especially want to just call out, actually, my husband, Stephen Makinen. My mother-in-law, Michelle Makinen, passed away earlier this year. And she was always interested in the work of Sapna, and I know she would love to have been here tonight. So it means a lot to me to be able to say a few words. Just again, thanking all of you for being part of our extended family and our community. So again, in the chat, you'll find all the ways that you can contribute, and I hope you'll share this information with everyone. I want to thank Dia and Noreen and the whole team at Sapna for just doing a great job and really carrying this organization the last couple of years, and my fellow board members. It's been an honor to serve with all of you, and I really just can't imagine another organization that I would have wanted to serve with at this time, especially the last 3 years. So back to my fellow board member, our host. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And yes, that performance was unbelievable as well. All the information for the performers and obviously the donation info is in the chat. You know, like I said, I guess I lied a little bit. I said it was going to be an hour long and we ended up giving you back some time. So I'm going to keep my remarks very brief. There's really nothing that hasn't already been said. The one thing I will say though, is in the beginning, I'm sure some of you were very nervous. It was, you know, obviously a women forward event, and then we're all in webinar mode, so you can't really see video. And then suddenly you see this. So I'm very glad now you know it wasn't just some guy talking to you about women's issues the entire time. And you know, it's going to be an amazing it's going to be amazing next year, because next year is our 15th year. And as Dia had mentioned before in her talk, we are thinking about doing something in person again. So the thing you got to do is please follow us on social media and stay tuned to your email. If you're obviously on the email list for any updates, we will be quick and diligent once we have some confirmation on what we want to do. But thank you so much for joining us on this 9th annual Festival of Dreams. It's always a pleasure for me personally to be involved. You know, my mom's literally in the kitchen next door, and she, you know, she's someone that would have benefited from this organization, you know, 34 years ago when she came to this country. So it means a lot to me to see people really involved, excited in the chat, getting involved with the organization. If you want to get involved, there are far more ways than just donating. Please reach out to anybody you heard from tonight. Go on our website. There's no right or wrong way. Anything is helpful. And especially if you're in New York and, you know, you're one of the members of, you know, high flying New York, you know, the New York professional community, we'd love to, you know, hear any ideas you have. And we'd love to find ways for you to be an active member of our community and really helping these women. So that being said, thank you very much. And we hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.